Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Oxygen Not Included. In the previous episode we expanded our storage area somewhat and it goes all the way to the diseased part of the colony, although to be fair that doesn't really narrow it down because we are surrounded all sides by this horrible slime lung stuff which is sort of impregnated into the slime and the granite and pretty much just everything around there, so we need to get rid of that somehow, and in order to do that we performed a bit of a test which is over here. Now this is where we have our cool steam vent and that's a nice plentiful sustainable source of fresh water, although one of the byproducts is very hot steam over 100 degrees, so we need to do what we can to mitigate that coming up here and boiling our colonists alive, but also we're trying to use that to kill off the germs, because if you look at germs here, there's none around here because of the heat and that kills it off. So what we've decided to do is put the gas pump in there, which then pumps the gas, whatever it be, whether oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc., over to here, and then that goes in there, and hopefully the heat, which you can see is actually 30 degrees now, so that's increased the ambient temperature in there by about 6 degrees compared to the rest of the base, which is hovering around the sort of 23-24 area. Hopefully that heat will kill those gems off. It is an experiment, I don't know if it'll work, we'll just have to see how it goes. But this episode, what I want to do is get some battery storage, because at the moment we really don't have an adequate storage. We've got one small battery there, which is nowhere near enough. So what we want to do is get some smart batteries and then connect that up to the coal generators so that they only turn on when it's absolutely necessary. So let's go ahead and do that. So they're going to crack on with that one there. In terms of other things, like our overall food and things like that, we are not too bad. We can see we've got where is it, edible 60,000 calories, we've got decent metal ore and raw minerals and things like that, so we should be alright. So what I need to do then is put an area in and around here probably for our battery storage. I was going to make this another storage area, but I think this is just going to be set to battery storage. So we'll dig across there, we'll put the tiles across, and then up there, obviously they'll have to mine all this out, but we'll say deconstruct and deconstruct that, and then they'll crack on. And this will be, among other things, battery storage, and we can put different bits and bobs in there as well. I might put the batteries in this far corner, the idea being that they will obviously generate heat, and the closer we get it to there, then, well, the better, I guess. So let's just crack on with that. This area here, as you can see, is pretty much empty. We do have some water still left in this small I was going to call it a tank, but it's more ravine thing here in it. And yeah, they are using it. They are using the pitch pump to fill that and then going and putting it wherever it needs to be. So we'll wait for that to be fully removed. I guess if we wanted to, we could say mop up spills, and yes, it is small enough that we could do that, but no, we do want to use as much of that water as we can, and as you can see they are going ahead and doing that. And oh, did they just, what happened there? They just stopped, and why would bird just stop for some reason? Totally, oh, they're sick, oh, they've got slime lung. Oh dear. Well, they'll have to go to the doctor's area, but they don't have any medicines, so that's a problem. Anyway, as you can see, they're cracking on doing their stuff there. We do have things like the massage tables. We have our farm on the go. I do want another area for farming. Probably we're going to go for another set of farm tiles like this, although I may connect up this pipe and then go for the automated ones. If I just check, I can't remember the name of them. They are power food. They are the hydroponic farms. At the moment we've got farm tiles which do need to be sort of watered manually, I believe. So yeah, we need to have the hydroponic farms, and that'll have a water pipe going up and then connecting that. Although, to be fair, I don't know if we want hydroponics for these mealwoods, because it says, what do they require? Oxygen, polluted oxygen or carbon dioxide, and it just says the temperature between 10 and 30 degrees, and they are fertilized with dirt. So it doesn't say that they need water, which is strange. But anyway, they're cracking on with that. We do have our septic storage solution system over here, and that is a now closed loop system, which we did a couple of episodes ago. People have pointed out that this is filling up, and I think I mentioned that anyway. Yes, we will have to have essentially a release valve where we can get rid of some excess, but at the moment we've just put another storage tank in there, so once that is full it will go ahead and go in there as well, so that's fine. Anyway, going over here, oh, there's been some weird colours happening there again. Anyway, you can see that these are digging out. Let's put it up to max speed and we'll wait for that to be completerated. We have got our microbe mushes still on the go with lice loaf, because that's all we are focusing on at the moment. We've got enough calories that we can not have to worry about making some horrible mush. We are researching the batteries, which is currently underway, but we also then need to go for automation, which is, I believe, right at the bottom here. Yes, it is, in Computers Smart Home. So we've got automation overlay, we've got the duplicate motion sensor, a signal switch, an automation wire bridge, and finally automation wire. And that'll connect up the batteries to the generators, which I think we're going to keep down there. There is a specific room for this. Hang on, is that... oh yeah, that is pumping some oxygen in there. What's that actually like then? About the same. Yeah, there is a room. I think it's actually called a power plant. Generators built within a power plant can be tuned up using power control stations to improve their power production. Okay, so we will eventually then have one of those. Won't be now, and we won't be putting the batteries in it. Or at least that's not my intention. So that is now opened up. We're probably going to have this sectioned off halfway and have just like the batteries in that corner. Don't know how many batteries we want, although I guess at least a good sort of half room full, and that's the that's the equation we're going to use there. Let's go to move debris to storage and select all of that, and we'll say that stuff there, and then we'll say that stuff there, and we should go ahead and analyze that as well, because, well, we don't have that. Oh, is that really hot? It is really hot. It's 40 odd degrees there, so it has erupted recently, I think. Are they getting hurt? No, they're not getting hurt. It's nice and... Ooh, I was going to say nice and tepid, but it's 70 degrees. So ow. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want to stay in there too long. I mean, we like, a nice hot bath now and again is fine, but that's a little bit too much. Anyway, the printing pod is glowing, so we can see if we got someone to print. We've got supplying from Lyra there, Catalina, suit wearing, and Nicola. No, husbandry and cuisine. Sadly, no, none of them is what we want. We are pretty much focusing on getting a doctor, so I'm just going to say let's get a shine nymph and we'll bring them in there, and there we go. We have a little shine nymph, and hopefully they won't end up in there, because that shining right above people's faces will not be appreciated. In fact, I could probably increase that assessment to probably really yeah, really filled with disapproval. I think they would not be too happy, because, well, they've still got slime lung? Yes, they have. How many people are ill? Yeah, it's Bert and Ellie have got... Oh, one's got heat stroke and the other one's got slime lung. Yeah, it's from that again. We will cancel the analysis. Yeah, not great. Not great. Yeah, if that thing goes into there, it's going to be all kinds of bad. Oh, is Marie just sleeping in? They are having a sleep in. There you go. So in terms of the colony's food, it's gone down a little bit, so that's maybe a problem, although we're almost certainly going to... Oh, look at the growing. They're on the 90%, so these are going to be harvested very soon, so that's fine. So they'll go ahead and do that. This is now releasing some of this, the bottle openers there. You can see that's releasing some of that horrible water into there. Marie's going down there. Are they just picking it up? I think they are, yeah. In terms of the carbon dioxide, it is slowly going down, because we do have these 3 algae terrariums there, which are filtering that out and then producing some oxygen, and also they're also kicking out the polluted water, which is why we're trying to empty it here. But the problem is, every time that opens, obviously we're getting some spread of the slime lung, which is going around here. Now I'm hoping this will erupt sooner rather than later, because then that'll pretty much clear off all of that. Anyway, so that's removed there. That is removed there. That says insufficient resources water. Ah, because we cannot get water anymore from this pitcher pump. Let me deconstruct that, and then I'll place another one in there. So over to plumbing, and then the pitcher pump, and we'll put it quite far down with no reason to put it elsewhere. Although if we put it there, we know it's in line with the rest of this, so that may be the thing to do. Go ahead and do that. There we are. We could also probably go ahead and start to think about maybe putting in the walls in here, walls and floors like that. Yeah. These 2 sections here, we don't really have a purpose for them at the moment. In fact, what I'll do is I will probably dig out that section and that section and that section. And no, that's just saying it's completely empty, so we don't have really any way of getting water from that. So we'll deconstruct that. We will then move it up to... Where do we move it up to? Well, if we move it up to here, that means we can start emptying that. The original intention was to at least empty 2 of these at some point. Sooner rather than later, I guess. There we go, there's that removed. And we can then, if we wanted to, we could mop this up, but I'm probably just going to leave it, and whatever happens, happens. Insufficient water, that's the problem with that one. It does actually require water, the supercomputer. Cooling or something, I'm guessing. Anyway, so we do have that there, so they're cracking on with that. Right, okay, so while they are researching and while that's underway, what I'll do is get some more food up and running. So we're going to use the hydroponic tiles again, and we're just going to copy the same sort of thing we've got going here. Simply because I think just having more mealwood at this stage wouldn't be too much of a problem. So door on either side, similar to how we've done the other stuff. It will go up by 2 and then right across, and that's all kinds of wrong. Up to there, we'll cancel the last section there, and they'll go ahead and build all of that. Although, to be fair, we're probably best off increasing the fire pole up to about there. Same thing on this side to about there. Let me put it one more. And then the ladders will do the same thing, and it means we can just go on the top and build it, because at the moment, well, we can't. And then dig. We'll dig that, like that, and there we go. Right, let's have a look at our cycle 46 report. Net calorie generation is minus 421 calories, so almost nothing to worry about there. Pretty much bang on. Oxygen generation is in the negative, but that'll change when this kicks off, but it's only minus 55.1 kilograms, so not too much of a problem. If we go over to our oxygen overlay, yeah, that's perfectly acceptable. Ooh, that's not acceptable. Oh, look at that. That's horrible. That's loads of carbon dioxide in there. It's completely unbreathable around that area. That's bad. So we need to sort that out. The problem is the sinking of that. I'm guessing the best thing to do is to place the mesh tile back in. I think that's really the only thing I can do, and hopefully that will fix it. The problem is all this water and polluted water over there and such is... it's like a sort of high point there, so it's not coming down to here and it's not getting processed. I'll put that in there and we'll see what we can do. So you can see a lot of the duplicates are running over here and completing what we have ordered. We still don't have the mesh tiles placed in here, which I will place in there, and that is pretty much exactly what we need. That's fine. Don't think we need anything else really. There we are. We will select some mealwood seeds on these ones. I will go ahead and disassemble that deodorizer and probably place it somewhere on the other side. I think it's probably the best bet that we have at least one in and around the place. I generally put them on the top sections there. And oh, look at all the sand that's just dropped down. Is there any other sand? There is no other sand. We've got granite though. And then finally over to slime. We have, yeah, we are encroaching on that one. And we also have this buddy bud, which we may go ahead and get. Also the dust cap's quite good. And 2 pacus apparently in and around there. You can see we've opened up some more of the map as well. We checked out the salt there, and that's a crab. There is a crab just having a little wander in a highly a highly hydrogen-rich environment. Brilliant. So there's a lot of stinkiness coming in here as well, a lot of polluted oxygen, and that's, I'm guessing, because there's some slimy, smelly stuff in there. That'll be the ore. Now, there is a way to clean it, but I don't think we have it yet. Let me just check refinement. There is an algae stiller, rock crusher. No, it's not in there. There is something you can get that will... There is something you can get. Let me just check the mealwood seeds there. Something you can get that will allow you to clean all of these smelly material, but we currently don't have it, which is a bit of a shame. So you can see they are removing some stuff here, placing it in with these farm tiles. This is going to be a lot of mealwood, and then the next farm that will be above it will actually probably be designated as a farm. At the moment, these aren't. If we go to rooms, they're not designated as a farm. Even if there were, it wouldn't really matter because there's no bonuses for the mealwood, sadly. They are just sort of bog standard basic stuff that you get. Research is now complete, so we will set our next research, which is down there, which has our smart home for the wires. And now we can go over to power, and we can see we do have the smart batteries. However, it needs refined metal. Darn it. Didn't account for that, did I? So in order to get refined metal, we would need... What would we need? It'll be under refinement and... The rock crusher? No, refined metal would be something completely different. It will be... where is it? There. Smelting, which is what we were originally going for, and I moved off. Okay, I guess we'll have to finish off smelting and just place some batteries in for the time being. So power, we've got our jumbo batteries. That's a shame. That is a bit of a shame. We will, I think, upgrade while we're on. We'll upgrade this power system, because at the moment, it's not really acceptable. We could have this room with batteries and power transformers. That is an option. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8? Yeah, 8's fine. And then heavy watt wire we will use this time, and connect up the heavy watt wires from this area all the way along over to the power transformers, because we're going to change all of these to the heavy watt wire. The problem is that when you go from the heavy watt wire down to the standard wire, it'll overload it, so you need to put power transformers in between. So let's just see if that is possible. Let me just go over to... well, this can go straight in. There's no real issue there. Although, I might stop, because I'm thinking of placing the power transformers in here and having it for the different rooms. It's not ideal, but we are not living in an ideal world. So I guess... heavy watt wire up and around and across, and it can't go across there, so I'll have to cancel those bits. But what I can do is use this heavy watt joint plate, which is a block, and then it connects up the two bits, and then the heavy watt wire will go all the way down to those, and then this is our sort of main trunk line, as it were, for the rest of it. At the moment, because of the way things are on and off, it doesn't go over the 1000 watts, whereas, well, eventually it will, I guess. So we'd need this heavy watt wire, which I believe can take 20 kilowatts, so a lot more. Right, so that is underway there. That's getting sorted. That's being ordered to be dug out. That now mesh tile is in, which will hopefully be... yes, it does seem to be helping a little bit. We can see some of this carbon dioxide is going down there. We've still got this really sort of big sink here for the carbon dioxide, and we had some circuit overload there. I don't know if you saw it, did say circuit overload there. So where is the circuit overloading? It is overloading there. So when all of these are on, it is starting to overload, so we need to sort that out, and I guess I will do that now. We might as well. Just wait for all this to be put in. You can see the carbon dioxide is a bit of an issue down there. Has that erupted recently? Eruption period, it's 329 seconds every 585. And that is pumping that in there, but it's still only 30 degrees, and it's 40 odd degrees in there. Obviously it is overpressured, so when this door opens, it forces some stuff out. There you go. Anyway, so they're cracking on with that. That's getting sorted. That polluted oxygen is a problem, but we do have the deodorizer there to hopefully alleviate at least some of the problems. You can see the jumbo batteries are getting filled. We're going to deconstruct the older battery, and we'll keep the manual generator in for the time being. But let's just check out our power transformers. So the power transformers, you've got two input, you've got an input and you've got an output, and we'll have it so that this heavy watt wire goes in, and then the rest of it will get probably the other stuff out. Actually, do we put that there, or do I use these two sections here? This wouldn't be too bad, actually, because it's sort of out of the way. It's sort of out of the way. I can rotate that round so it goes in there and out there. I'm going to do that. Let's see if that functions. So each connection can only... each connection, we ideally only want to be hovering around the sort of 800 watts area. I mean, we could technically go to the exact 1000 watts, but we'd like to have a bit of breathing room. Anyway, we've got another duplicate to check, and once again we're going around, and anyone with doctoring we'll get, but there's no doctoring, which is a shame. So we've got Nicola, we got Rowan and Gossman. Operating and tidying, suit wearing, building, athletics, machinery, construction. No, I think we're just going to go for the joyous seed again, which is a bit of a shame having to do that, but yeah, I guess because of the calories and stuff, we're sort of keeping around that middle ground. More people is not necessarily better. So then batteries are being... well, they will be technically discharging at this stage, and they will lose a bit of power over their lifespan. I don't know how much it says. Slightly loses charge over time. Doesn't state how much. Power stored, produced, power consumed, potential power consumed, maximum safe wattage 1000 watts. Yes, because of the connections. Power consumption. It's not stated in there. But melting point. 1083.9 degrees C. Yeah. In a other save I've got going, there was an ice biome to the right hand side, and there was a steam vent, and it was getting really hot, so I was using a liquid pump to pump the water, because I was using that steam vent like here to pump that water, say, into there, but it was too hot, and then it would shut down all of the, because of the ambient temperature, it was shutting down all of these things. Smelting is now finished. Excellent. So yeah, I had to pump the water, the really hot water, right across the ice biome, through a couple of heat exchangers and then back. The problem is it got so hot that it melted the heat exchanger, and I didn't think that was possible. Anyway, we're going to deconstruct this deodorizer here, because we are going to put this behind a pneumatic door, simply because it's got horrible decor, this thing. And then what we'll do is go over to power, and then to the heavy watt bridge here, and then the bridge, no, we can't place it there because it's currently not. Deconstruct that. Cancel, thank you. Power, heavy watt joining plate. We'll go for the heavy watt wire over to there, and then the in is there, and then the in is there, and then that should be fine for us for the time being. And just double checking the rest of this one. It is all heavy watt, that's fine. So we have all of these different connections, and we want to make sure that none of these connections from here go over the sort of 1000 watt sort of mark. So we've got 2, 4, 5, 600 watts just on these 3 sections alone. 6, 7, 8, 9. So technically, all of this can be on one bit of cable. So we're going to do that. We'll say wire. That'll just go there, and then we'll deconstruct those sections, like so. And that will then mean that all of this is no longer overheating. There you go. That is now power transforming, arcing and sparking, and hopefully this will be fine. Research. We have now finished smelting, which gives us metal refinery and the metal tile. We will go ahead and work our way down to the smart home, because that's what we'll have to get eventually. And there we are. So it'll be in refinement now. We have the metal refinery. Produces refined metals from raw metal ore, significantly heats and outputs a liquid piped into it. So duplicates will not fabricate items unless recipes are queued. So it does really heat up water. We could use this. Is that a good idea? I have no idea. I have no idea. But heating that water, boiling it, we're certainly not doing that one. Doing this might work out. It might work out. It might not. There's only one way to figure it out, and that is to try it. And that's what we will do next episode. Bit of a short one, but needs must, I'm afraid. Next episode, as I said, we'll try and get our refinery up and running, which then means we can get the proper resources for the smart batteries and all of that sort of thing. Don't think we'll get the smart batteries in next episode, but we'll see. Certainly if we can get the refining at least attempting to get it working, then that should be okay. And also that is completely wrong. That should be deconstructed and then a tile put in there, although I don't even know. I don't know, we will be using this as a proper room. There you go. Anyway, next episode we will check out this refining stuff. Let's check our report. Minus 755 calories, no problem, and a massive amount of oxygen generation, probably because that's just went off. Yeah, it's 40 odd degrees there, so almost certainly. Anyway, there we are. That is it for this episode, and at least we have now a better backbone of the energy system. We can see if we go over to power overlay, we've got now our heavy watt wire. This is now on a separate system, which shouldn't overheat because the potential load is 900 watts out of the 1000, so that is now fine. That one, however, is not. The potential load is 1500 watts, which means this could easily break, but we could probably fix that by connecting up to here, because it is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Nah, too much, so we need more transformers. So we may have a look at that next episode too. We will see how we get on. As always, if we have enjoyed the video and the series thus far, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.